What's going on, guys? It is Dododox here, and welcome back to the Skaven campaign for Total War, Warhammer 3. Alright guys, this is really sad. It is sad, this, because, well, there's a few reasons. My microphone was muted for the majority of this entire episode, and it was a pretty good episode because I was mad, I was angry about range being crap and whatnot, so it was quite a good episode. This is a real shame. It's a real shame, and unfortunately this is the way we're going to have to do this now, is voiceover, which is just a bit of a shame because I wanted to be able to show this, but I can't recreate my reactions. I've calmed down a bit now because I've fixed a lot of issues now, but what I will do is I'm going to show you the battles. I'm going to quickly show you the battles, and I'm going to and a little bit of movement of what happened, so you can get an idea of what happened. So anyway, guys, enjoy this part, and let's get right into the action. So you join me here, where the battle has started, and I am instantly sniping their shades and blasting them with artillery. Now you're thinking, well, range is working here. Range is working here. Why are you complaining about range if range is working here? Now, right. You probably recognize this battle if you've watched the Rage episode. I've set back tactically to show you exactly what happens here. And yes, I am firing, but there's a big reason for it. I verified the catch, which helps a lot. But what you don't understand about this particular battle is I'm set up pretty well. I'm in the best sort of scenario I can be in, but it's still going to create a load of problems for range when they get forward here. Because as you can see, the shades are moving in now. They're going to start hitting my front line. There they go. They're going to start hitting my front line, causing a little bit of damage there. Now, I'm going to keep sniping them, of course, with my snipers. That's not the problem, right? The problem is what happens next. Well, it's a skirmish battle. This is fine. I can fight all day. I can blow them up with my mortars. I can blow them up with my snipers. It's not a problem. Yeah. The problem is when the flyers come in. And obviously their magic is just OP as well. There's that to take into consideration. But the problem is the magic that happens here. So yeah, everything working fine. I don't know why the Dark Elves decided to use magic on their own units. Probably a mistake on my part. Probably wouldn't have done that. Right, rattling gunners are open fire. You got no leg to stand on here, Will. What? This isn't broken. This seems fine. Yeah, it does. It does. It does seem fine, doesn't it? That's because it is. Until you purchase Globadiers and Bombardiers. And I don't understand why, but these Bombardiers and Globadiers just don't fire that often. Are they nerfed? Are they just not that good? But the problem is when the melee starts. Now, I'm not being funny, right? But yeah, this looks fine. Everything's fine. Snipers are hitting. Everything's good. What's the beat? What's the dealio? Maybe I was a bit mad. Yeah. No, it's just range isn't meta. And what I've realised is yes, there is a little bit of a bug with range when it comes to when you're actually being attacked. The range doesn't really know what to do when melee is charging it, or if melee is in front of them because it's blocking their view. But I didn't get that with Globadiers, because Globadiers and Bombardiers should be able to shoot over anyway, and they don't care if they're ally kit. So you would hope that they would all fire. And yeah, they are all firing. But to be honest with you, ranged just isn't as good as it used to be. And you saw the Warhammer 2 was way better. Range is okay, but it's not great. Especially against Dark Elves. And my conclusion to this is I just don't think you should really be fielding big range armies against Dark Elves. I feel like they struggle too much, Skaven, when they try and field range against Dark Elves. You need to match them with monsters and infantry, I think. And that's what I think. Yes, I am shooting, but it is taking a while. And they are bugging out. And sometimes they just don't, they refuse to fire. But you'll notice something about my Globadiers and Bombardiers. Look at their ammo counts. They've hardly used any bullets. With the amount of clumps they could have attacked, they're just not firing. Their shades are firing. Fine. Shades are broken, by the way. Stupid fucking unit. But they're just not firing. My Globadiers won't fire, even if there's big clumps. I'm pretty sure I've explained that, yeah. And in so doing, of course, you know the outcome of what's going to happen here. I'm getting overrun on two sides by so much crap. My units are trying to fight back. I've got Hell Pit Abominations fighting back. These armies have overstayed their welcome quite a bit. And I'll admit, I got a bit mad. I'm not taking the video down because I think it's funny. And to be honest with you, range is still broken, but at least I fixed the problem with the visuals. At least I can see what I'm shooting now. At least that is a thing. I actually can see physically what I'm shooting. Before, I couldn't, and that was a big problem. But at least now, I can actually see what I'm focusing. So yes, guys, it was all good for this battle. Not. I lost. Well, that was a valiant defeat, and of course, we lost a ton of shit. Against that army, we were never winning. They had Hydras, they had just too much. There was too much in it, and it's looking like it's going to be rip, to be honest, for these forces. I don't see any way back. Where's this? Forgot where this was. Oh, Petrified Fortress being taken again. But yeah, here is now a series of defeats that are happening all over the map. And honestly, I really wish I had my main reaction for this. Because, why did the mic have to do this? I don't know why, it just randomly changed to default. It's very strange when this happens. I don't really know what's going on. But yeah, a series of defeats there. Not going too well, is it? No. We're losing every bit of ground that we could possibly. We're losing a lot of armies. So what was the solution? Even the High Elves were causing a bit of a problem. Look at them. They're even attacking me. It's an absolute joke, isn't it? Just losing territory after territory here. Not a great start to this campaign, was it? This episode. Just losing ground everywhere. Look, even Lothian taking a rebellion to me. Took Lothian off me as well. So they have now taken that. I need a new leader to recruit. Tactician is back, so we're definitely going to get him. So, the armies are currently in a really bad spot. We're having to deal with basically armies everywhere. These guys are kind of screwed, to be honest. I don't think there's really any way for them to get out of here alive, even if I tried to escape. Because there's an army on the left, there's 3 armies in front of me, and the movement in this area sucks ass. I can't jump the wall to Ancient City of Quintex, so they just get really screwed over, don't they? So a new army was in order. We needed a new lord, and we needed to get someone at Tyrant Peaks quickly. And of course, we're going to be going for a melee force of Storm Vermin. Lots of Storm Vermin needed now to actually win this battle. Now, unfortunately, I'm still waiting on upgrades for actually getting monsters, but I decided to go for a mortar approach instead. Mortars are still good in range because they do shoot upwards, and they don't have to get as close as Globadier, so they're just a better Globadier, to be honest. May as well use them. Globadiers and Bombardiers are off limits now. They don't seem to work. They bug out a lot. There's no point building them. And as you see, I'm making a monsters and a lot of melee. So the meta is changing. I'm making more different armies. We're getting... There's obviously still Bombardier armies around. I'm not going to just disband my armies. That'd be dumb. Also, I'm having an issue with these elves. I don't know how they've just randomly retook my city. But hey, it doesn't matter. Because I'm just going to get Skrolk now to take the city of Angarnol. And that's a decisive victory. I don't really care about that Plague Monk. I am going to also resolve that. I'm in a pretty bad mood here, so I'm not going to fight many battles until I know I can win, until I'm having fun again. Because what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to sort out this campaign where I can't win any battles on the battlefield, so I'm trying to figure out a solution to do that. And the solution is more melee, more artillery. This is the new meta of how to do things, I think, in Warhammer at the moment, until they fix this range bug. It is a bit of a bug, right? It is a bit of a bug, and it does need fixing. But there is a workaround. There's also a random rebellion at the Ancient City of Quintex, even though I have 3 armies in the Ancient City of Quintex region. But it's fine. We'll take it out. Not a problem. We'll kill that army. Easy go, easy come. That's not an issue at all. And also we've got this Dark Elf army in our past. Not an issue at all. Move forward. Take him out as well. Nice decisive victory. Auto resolve. Super easy. Let's go. So I end the turn and I get attacked by Nagaround. It's basically the army in retreat from the north. Basically, they get caught. And it's not looking good. It's that army, that range army that tried to fight against that really big stacked Dark Elf army and lost. Well, unfortunately, this army looking like it's rip, isn't it? You know, not really much of a chance here of winning that. However, close victory. Now, that's a little bit better. I guess we could just go for that as well. That's an option. Just wipe their alt resolve out. Kill this army. Like I said, the army that's here, it's not that great, is it? It's a bunch of Globadiers, range, it's not great, it's got no mortars in it. I think maybe that is the correct decision, to be honest. And yeah, we'll do that as well. And that will die now. Both armies do get crushed. And of course, the defeats keep on coming. Settlers Tor, next to fall. Close defeat there. As you can see, a lot of land is falling to the Dark Elves. It's not a great situation that we are in right now. Keep losing ground all over the show. So, a response is needed, of course. They've taken Celestia and Tor. They've taken a lot of territory off me. It's time to strike back with the new army I've recruited. It is a bunch of Storm Vermin, 2 Hell Pits, 2 Snipers, and 3 Catapults. This is a pretty decent stacked army for what I want to deal with. I've decided to go for a more catapult approach with a very heavy front line. That is my new way of playing. I am now the melee god of Skaven with artillery. That is the new meta, and that is the way I am doing this now, by the way. These are the new armies we are making. We're still going to use range for auto-resolves, but we're going to be playing a lot of melee battles, it looks like, with our new and improved melee force army with artillery, which is now the new meta. The gone are the days of guns and, you know, just short-range missiles. This is now the time to shine. So during the end turn phase, we get attacked again. This time, they're trying to defend against my attack that I've just launched. Now, that is a bunch of shades, and I am a melee god. And as you can see by what it's time I teach Malachus a lesson to stop bringing so much range to the new meta of Warhammer 3. And this is how I prove it in this coming up battle. Enjoy. So, welcome to the battlefield again, and here is what I have done. I have set up my line at a very, 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 very wide gap. But what you've also noticed, I've also kept 3 Storm Vermin back, or 2 and some Snipers, so that my Skaven can cover all angles. And what you've probably noticed already is there's 2 Hell Pits over here. By the way, I don't end up using them. I forgot about them. And that's what makes this point, drive this point even more. I pretty much won this with just running in Storm Vermin into range and using Snipers to target leaders. So less range in some cases is better. In this case, it's way better. The catapults are defended by Storm Vermin. There's no way they can get up here. The flyers can't engage, because if they do, I'm going to send my Storm Vermin to disengage Malachus here, as you can see. He tries to use magic on me, and of course, it fails. Not very much to see here. My catapults are even having to go at it. I don't know what they're doing. They should be focusing the shades, because the shades are really annoying bastards. Pretty good micro from me here, by the way. I've noticed this horse unit. Smack him down before he even gets close to my catapults. My snipers are just free firing at their mage, which is awesome. Because I have so many troops, they just don't know what to do. The archers, the shades try and kite and make positions and stuff. And the only reason this game was close is because I completely forgot about my Hell Pit abominations, which I won't forget in episodes gone by. Hopefully, you know, we'll have a better understanding. And as you can see, both of my Storm Vermin that decided to stay back to defend the catapults is doing a fantastic job, while my snipers shoot down their mage, while my catapults shoot at all of their shades. It's a pretty good army, this, and it can get better with monstrous infantry in it as well, so it's a bit faster. But a good solid army of Storm Vermin and monstrous infantry would be fantastic with catapults. It's no question about it. This is the new way of playing Skaven. I could also try invisible Esh and Triad armies with catapults. That could work as well. We'll have to see on that one. But yeah, as you can see, Storm Vermin are strong. They're the way forward. And you can see I'm just surrounding all of their troops. All of their forces has a Storm Vermin on their back, causing mayhem. Still don't decide to use the Hell Pit Abominations. I completely forgot about that they existed. Now, the one issue we're having is this Shrine. This Shrine guy is causing all sorts of problems for my Storm Vermin in terms of leadership, fear, and it is causing some of my Storm Vermin to start retreating. Malekith is well and truly trapped in between spears, so he can't help. But as you can see, my catapults fire regardless of what's happening. They are friendly firing because artillery doesn't care about friendly fire. And I've always liked that about artillery. But of course, as you can see, pretty much from what's going on here, the Dark Elves do not have that much left now. They barely have anything left, as you can see. They're trying with their remaining shades, but the catapults are just too much for them, as you can see. We're killing Malekith now with the snipers. He's about to fall. A couple more hits on him, and he should die as well. The Shrine is still causing a few issues, causing a bit of terror and leadership problems. Malekith has died now, and if you notice the leadership drop in the Dark Elves, they are close to routing. Another charge should do it. If we're sending another charge, that should be it, and that, of course, is it. And there you go, guys. Battle 2 was a resounding success, just because I had a lot of melee forces with catapults. That is the new meta. It's the new meta for me, and it's what's worked for me. So I'm going to continue to build these sort of armies. With that battle out of the way, a nice Pyrrhic victory there. Didn't lose anything, by the way. All my Storm Vermin lived. They will need to heal up. And we have another attack on the elves here. And I get a heroic victory at Scarf of Scarlet's Lair here, which delays me more time. And that is always good. When you get more time to build your armies up, it's always a plus. It's never a doubt. Time to counter-strike Malekith by attacking with another army. Now, for some reason, I'm going to lose all my Storm Vermin here, which is really frustrating. However, it doesn't matter, because what I can do is move this guy back a notch, so he's not taking part in the battle, and then we can take part in the Sala de Tor and get an easy, clean win with our superior range. And as you can see, Globadiers didn't do too much again. They're struggling. Going to tier 3 it, of course, because all sorts of food is good. All sorts of money is good. We need as much money as possible. That's how we're going to win this game. We need as much money as we can possibly stomach. Yep, get more and more money. And we want to focus on catapults, monsters, and infantry as our military building. Another turn gone by, and we've randomly got attacked by a bunch of beastmen, I've noticed. Now, for some reason, it says we lose, so we actually have to fight this, which is kind of annoying. I didn't want to have to fight this, but to be honest with you, it's a very straightforward battle, so I won't worry too much about how this goes. To sum this battle up, all it basically is I outnumber the beastmen, and I have ancient triads, and I've got night runners, which are obviously ranged units, but in this situation, night runners are actually good. I also have rattling ogres who do a really good job at flanking, which I only just discovered once again that rattling ogres is probably a good idea to build them because they are very quick units and they're very cheap to make, and they can just be expendable and constantly be able to build them every single time I decide, yeah, I want to play. I can just go with that option. Rattling ogres, fast units, very energetic, especially against Dark Elves. Kill the Medusas with a nice charge, and that would work well. But as you can see from this battle, it's pretty explanatory what's going on. I have the range advantage. I have Rat Ogres that can charge in and do devastating charges, which we're about to do now, any second now. Obviously, guys, it's such a shame that the Might decided to do this. I'm trying to make the best out of a bad situation by giving you a voiceover and just making it fun. But obviously, it is hard when you've already seen the action play out. It's very difficult to put on and do it again. And I'd rather just be honest and say, yeah, this is basically how it goes. And I outnumber them with the superior range of the Night Runners, who actually do a lot of good damage there. And as you can see, it's pretty explanatory how I win this now. A charge into the back of these spears would automatically get these beastmen to move. The fact that this is a crushing defeat is quite interesting, though, according to the auto-resolve. But there you go. It's fine. We won the day, and that's all that matters. They're on the run. There are some units left, like the dogs, but most of them are running away. They are running away from the hills. The chaos are on the way out of here. Well, not the chaos, the beastmen. The beastmen are on their way out of here. Just the Lord left now. Kind of just probably not paying attention at this point. I'm probably on the phone waiting for the Lord to die. Probably should speed it up when the Lord's, you know, dead. I didn't do it in real time just in case something big happened. But yeah, there you go. Victory once again for the Skaven against the beastmen. So there we are, guys. Nice easy victory there for me. Of course, we killed the beast, but it was never close, was it? A new turn and a new rebellion we have to take out here, it seems. And yeah, now it's a Skaven rebellion. So even with Skaven corruption, we're still having very problematic public orders in this area. Very strange. Sorry if my voice sounds weird. I've just woken up and I need to get this video done. So yeah, if I sound a bit weird, yeah, that's why. Okay, so yeah, carrying on with what we were doing. Of course, we're going for the mortars and storm vermin approach. As you can see, mortars and storm vermin. But I have decided to go for more melee because if I haven't got much range to focus and there isn't much anti-large to deal with, then I may as well go with the swords guys, but I should have a bit for anti-large in case of Medusas and dragons, whatever, etc, etc. Pretty much. We also need to get Skrolk in retreat here. He's on his way out. I'm finally getting him back to Srategey so we can regroup Skrolk. So I'm not abandoning Ulf-1, but I am needing him full strength. You can't seem to replenish in Ulf-1 because it's unhabitable territory. So it does become a problem. Right, so it's time to move our forces forward now. I think we need to start really getting into the groove here. Start moving forward. Obviously, we are going to bring some range with us. I'm not just going to disband my armies. That'd be really dumb. So, like I said, any battles with range in, if I have full melee with a range army, maybe I'll fight that. But if it's like full range with a bit of melee in throw, I am not fighting it because I know it's going to be a problem. My range won't fire. So, yeah, that's what I'm basically going at here. Making another new army here, guys. This one is going to be monstrous focus. As you can see, we've got brood horrors and rat ogres. For my beastman battle, I realised I should probably get some more rat ogres. They actually are pretty decent. Also, I do think we probably will put storm vermin in the army as well, but I haven't decided yet on that. Right, Skrolk's on his way back. We've also got another army at sea here who's actually going to go and help in Ulf-1. He is in an attrition territory right now, which isn't great. I'm trying to get him out. And I do succeed. There is a Beastman army there as well. I don't know if we're going to fight it. This Beastman army just randomly decided, I'm going to declare war on you and I want to fight you, even though I'm so outnumbered that it's not even close. Yeah, very strange. By the way, guys, like, I am just doing skill points right now. There's not really much to comment on this. I'm just literally getting my army up. Doing basically everything Total War related. Now, guys, I want to know your opinion on this, actually. Would you actually want me to do more of a show more action and less of this, like, nonsense with the skill points? Because I don't know. I know there's I've been doing a big Let's Play on this Skaven, but I can change it up. I am willing to adapt and change it up. Now, obviously, I'm being forced to do it like this episode because I've literally forgot to record. There is nothing... Record my voice, basically. Everything else is fine, the gameplay's there, but it's kind of weird me going on. I'm going to build Looter, and then I'm going to click Bondage Service, and then I'm going to click Draft Master, because I've already done all this. I'm not actually thinking anymore. This would just be acting, and I can't do that. It's just weird. Look, it's the same thing over and over again. Bondage Service, Draft Master, yeah, it's the same thing. So do let me know in the comment section below if you would prefer a more, less timed, but more action. Turn ends, we get attacked again. Then Luffian somehow has a massive army all of a sudden. Very big after taking me only 2 turns ago. Also, Slaanesh is there as well. I've obviously found out now that Luffian is non-independent and he's actually owned by Nikeri. Great, so he's back. I've basically created an enemy again by taking Luffian and then letting it fall. That was a mistake. I probably shouldn't have done that. And we're also being attacked by Nagaround. By the way, what a heroic victory. Probably wouldn't have won it if I fought it. This is why auto-resolve's weird. Oh, actually, I did have a garrison. Maybe I would have won it. I don't know. But like I said, I'm not going to fight anything with the range being too much. To be honest with you, I don't know if range is broken. It's just by theory. But what I've noticed is with mainly bombardiers, these more shorter ranged units, and sometimes rattling gunners will not fire at all. It's very strange. But maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm absolutely stupid, and maybe that video was a total waste of time. But I'm not too sure. And but regardless, I was always going to carry on the Skaven. There was no way I was just going to stop it. I was just taking a break from it while I figured out what was going on. And now I figured out what's going on. We're back to it. Yeah, you know, it has been 10 days. That's very rare for the Skaven to be 10 days. But there you go. Bloody hell, the Tombkins took a lot of territory, by the way, as you can see there. Right, anyway, we are moving on in this campaign because, as you can see by the map, we've actually taken quite a bit of land this episode. I still don't know what I'm doing over in Craves of Totec. I've not decided if I want to attack Tzeentch, open a new front. I'm still very skeptical because if I do open a new front, I have to then pour resources over there. This is late game. Tzeentch is just going to have one army. It's going to have about 7. Getting attacked again, by the way. And as you can see, I have no choice but to fight this one because I'm not losing this army. It's a decent one. It's a lot of... But we have a garrison. We have a garrison, and we have mortars, and we have storm vermin. We should be able to beat this Shades army with the 2 dragon. Now, granted, this is going to be a hard fight. It is. There's no question about it. They've got 2 fucking mass dragons. Get the Menace Below up, though, and hopefully we have a good chance here. So yes, we are going to fight this. Right, let the battle commence. Oh, here we go. So this is actually a defensive position, and I generally think this is actually very winnable, to be honest. If you look at what we've set up, so we've got 2 storm vermin on this side to block that entrance. We've got a few storm vermin on this side to block this entrance, with mortars set up on the little top bits there. So it's honestly looking fine, and I'm just basically looking for the ideal way to begin here. As you can see, I've really just pulled as much sides as possible, really halved my army, but I've had a look at how many the enemy have had. I see that there's not that much on the left, so I've left less there, and I've put more where there's more units. Especially, there's none on that side for some reason, but I've left units there just in case there's some invisible shades thinking they can be smart enough to actually just come in this side and be a dick. So that's fine. Anyway, so the engage is going to start now, and we're going to start with the 2 dragons over here that are coming over. Now, I'm not going to lie, I wish I had more range to deal with these dragons. This is a little issue. I only have Night Runners, and I'm getting shot by Shades. However, those are Storm Vermin, and Storm Vermin are very good against dragons, there's no doubt about it. This is where they excel. They're big spears, they're going to do a lot of damage. Having 11 Menace Below is very important here as well, because I feel like the Menace Below just ties up the enemy more. Also, look at the mortars opening fire now onto those, witches, are they? Witches of Slaughter? Sisters of Slaughter, sorry. Yeah, they're going to do a little bit of damage as well. I really wish I actually cinematic this one. This would have been a cool one to do, but I completely forgot to save the replay. Because I'm a dumbo, what can I say? There you go. So that is looking okay. So we're going to go back to the left now, and you see the Sisters of Slaughter have engaged onto my first line of Storm Vermin. You'll notice that I have one line, but then behind I have another line. That other line is in case the first line falls, and I've still got troops to hold them back longer. This is how you should play defensive sieges, by the way. You should have a frontal line that holds, because they're going to cause a lot of damage to the enemy. Now, if you can weaken them, that then when they engage your back line later on, further up, they've got like half their army. Yes, you have half granted, but they are going to struggle more because they have to get through choke points one after another. They're going to keep taking losses, and for some reason in sieges, defending sieges, range works the best because you can just stick mortars up at the top here and just bolter down onto their entire army. So honestly, it's pretty straightforward and explanatory what's happening here, really, isn't it? Not really seeing too much anything to worry about so far. My first line is being engaged, but not too much. This side, no one's attacked from. The left, they've not attacked from at all. They are taking a lot on this side, though. They're probably going to need to have some reinforcements soon, because those dragons are causing all sorts of problems, and there's no way that a spear swordsman will hold back too long. So, as you can see, I've already made the call to send some clan rats over. Granted, they are clan rats, so they're only going to be good in the number side of things. They're not storm vermin, they're not going to hold up by themselves. That's why I'm sending a couple of squads over to deal with the dragons. But it is looking like those dragons are falling back. The problem now is the Sisters of Slaughter and obviously the Shades that are shooting out from the bottom. I'm also thinking about towers. We should probably set up some towers, but if you look at my supply count, it's taken a while for it to go up. We do need to put some towers down, so that's very important. We don't really have any big towers. I think I put a £900 tower down, but that was about it. Nothing too much there. They've still not engaged on this side. I'm assuming it's a bug because that dragon is just chilling there and not doing anything. It's weird. Very strange that the Lord will not engage. I guess, you know, Warhammer, it's not perfect. It's going to have some bugs, I guess. But as you can see, it's going well. It's going well. We're basically keeping them out. They're not really being able to get in. And pretty straightforward, isn't it, really? The siege like this. Just make sure you hold them at the first line of defense. If you keep that there, you could do some damage. The mistake with this map is actually falling back to the center. You're very vulnerable there to magic. But if you spread out and defend the bits where they're walking up, I guarantee you'll win this battle quite a lot of times because of the way the map's designed. They just can't get in. Because you've got mortars firing, you've got range firing, you've got towers firing. The only way to siege this map, really, is to just, you want to just bolster in quick. You want to get in as fast as possible. Send a lot on one side and just push through. Get the flank off and send a distractionary force the other way so that you could just get in and flank because you need to. On this map, it's very difficult to get in because of the way it's designed. It's all very choke pointy. And it's uphill. That is a struggle for an attacker. It's all uphill. So, yeah. Those Sisters of Slaughter, the Shade, sorry. I keep getting the names wrong. I do apologise. I'm just getting bombarded by mortars. Mortars are great for defending, by the way. Always have mortars at your disposal. If you're not Skaven, your Empire, mortars still. You have mortars. If you don't have mortars, it's a bit tricky. You've got to figure something else. But I'm not playing other factions right now. I'm playing Skaven, and I'm doing what works for me. And that is mortars. Mortars and a lot of melee is the way forward. Until they fix what's going on with the range, I hope they do soon, because I do love Globadiers and I do love Bombardiers. They were fantastic. They got me through the early game, if you remember, back at the start of the campaign. So you hope then they will fix it soon. They'll realise that something's up with the Globadiers and the mortars, and not the mortars are fine. The Globadiers and the Bombardiers, and everything will be fine again. Or maybe I'm overreacting and they're absolutely fine. I'm just not playing them right. That is obviously a possibility as well. But yeah, this was a very easy defense in the end. I had nothing to worry about. If you look at my units, yes, some have gone into the 30s of death. But like I said, if the garrison dies, I'm not too arsed about that. That will replenish. Oh yeah, set some towers up as well. 2 on this side as well to really stop them getting in here. I would have had a huge problem if they had got in here. However, this did become easier because for some reason the Dark Elves bugged out. And I don't know why. I don't know why they bugged out. They just bugged out. It was very strange. But there you go. Alright, so with that side destroyed, I moved over to the second side. They finally decided to charge because I actually shot at them. But as you can see, it's not going to work because I have mortars firing on them. And I still have 2 storm vermin guarding these entrances. I was not moving the storm vermin. Even if it was going bad on that side, these storm vermin had to stay here. I think they were too menaced by the storm vermin to charge. I did not want to get flanked. And of course, we won the battle. I really wish I saved that battle and done that in a more cinematic way. But it's fine. We move on. So another Pyrrhic victory for the Skaven and Lord Skrolk. Well, not actually Lord Skrolk. It wasn't Lord Skrolk leaving the army. But yeah, big victory there. Killing those Dark Elves. Didn't want to lose Cesper's Lair because it was actually a pretty good fortress to keep. It's a good holding point. And as you can see, the garrison's pretty good. Not that amazing, but good enough to hold out against Malak. But yeah, guys, as you can see, we have got great position now. And next episode is going to be fantastic because we're in position with our new armies. We have a fortified Vol's Anvil ready to go as well against a very struggling Ulfwild battle because we can't replenish. So it is a war of attrition there, it looks like. And yeah, as you can see from this side, we are ready to go on a full-grown attack everywhere you look. Next episode is going to be the bomb. But however, we have run out of time for this episode, and I do apologise for no mic this episode, but it was a bit different, a bit of a voiceover. But yeah, guys, if you do want me to show more action and less like just showing scales, trees, and building, do let me know, because you know what, maybe it'll speed up the campaign, but make it more engaging and more exciting. But thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, remember to leave a like rating, make sure to subscribe, comment your thoughts on that particular subject, and yeah, guys, we are ready to destroy the land of the Dark Elves. Thanks for watching. See you later.